This is the new 2010 Eurail timetable, and for rail pass holders, global passes in particular, includes now for the first time Northern Ireland, but not Britain. They added Romania, Croatia, Slovenia, Czech Republic in years past. It also has a timetable for coverage between Belfast and Dublin. In Dublin, the connecting service to the rest of the Republic of Ireland is done between the two stations of Houston and Connolly, requiring a walk along the river. While generally better year to year, I still have found some errors, some typos. For example, from Brussels to Frankfurt, the service is non-reservation ICE, and from Rome to Milano, the 8:15 arrives at 11:45. Not 10. Having tried meal services on all the major trains in Europe, the Cisalpino Italian-Swiss service rates among the best, including as well Croatia, Austria, Czech trains, and German trains. Don't forget the Sud Express from Portugal to the French border, far better than the Lusitania to Madrid. These are the extremely useful Swiss international timetables associated with the 4 countries and the 4 directions. I was able to obtain this time the Italian timetable, and these are generally valid through December of 2010. Do note that the French one is due to expire on July 3rd, like the national domestic timetables, and the domestic timetables in Germany are supposed to be updated the 12th of June. The Thalys train no longer stops at Den Haag, The Hague, La Haye, and is not shown in the Eurail guide for relations between Brussels, Antwerp, and Amsterdam, and probably rightly so given its very expensive supplements, although it does run some 50 minutes faster. Relations between Brussels, Cologne, and farther into Germany are better done with the ICE train, which is reservation-free. Here in Brussels, replacing my former hotel, the Mirabeau, which has gone downhill, except for the prices, which went way uphill. Here at Place Ruppe, a block east of the south end of the Annesens metro stop on lines 2 and 3, is my new preferred Hotel Windsor. Not to be confused with the Royal Windsor. High-speed service coming soon into service in the Netherlands. Tried to get a booking from San Sebastián Donostia to Vigo, Spain. Couldn't get it, and I know it takes 2 reservations because of a change in Montfort de Lemos. Thought, well, what other combinations are there? Well, good grief, there's a nice first-class hotel train from Burgos. Couldn't get the connection, though. Thought, well, gee, that's strange. I thought, international trains cannot be used for domestic, so I booked it through Lisbon, and now I get to eat the great Portuguese food on the best train in Europe, the Sud Express. This is a Swiss service going down the Rhine, going to be an hour longer, more leisurely, pretty pictures. Meal service is okay, but not great. You know, it's one thing to be shortchanged with a slow count, which is typical in Italy, particularly at the 1 block south of the Roma Termini station at the little coffee shop. But here I am in Stuttgart, Germany, occurred here. It's unheard of in Germany. Shortchanged €2. Here in Munich, on the backside of the Reisezentrum, is the Eurail office, also available inside. And do look for the English-speaking gentleman. He is a godsend. Apparently the passive-aggressive cow is no longer working here. This is the Austrian Railjet. Goes, among other places, to Hungary. Do prefer it over the Hungarian service, which is negligible, if not downright hostile. In France, with a change in the ownership and pricing and attitude of some hotels, I've gone back to the 3rd one down's the best one. Here's the Hotel Bourgogne. Old style, nice. Well, in years past, the guide used to indicate which trains would travel during a strike, but that's no longer the case. With a national strike here on in France as in other countries, and the notice on the sign says you can check it on the internet. I did. There was not much information. You can go to the welcoming booth. That's the Akoya. They'll even be more surly than normal during these conditions. With an upgrading in service in both equipment and presentation, my favorite train in Europe, the Sud Express, has gotten even better. This is the new service on the Sud Express, which replaced the charming but un-air-conditioned and a lot more party-filled one. We're going to be changing at Burgos. This goes from Lisbon to the French border. Just as I'm making videos about trains in Europe and on this old-timey Sud Express, RTP, Portuguese television is going to be interviewing me about the same. So we say goodbye to our RTP Portuguese train friends and the newly renovated Sud Express. This is the new high-speed line station for Burgos, as many of these stations here in Spain. You can tell them because they have an extra long name. This one's about 7 kilometers from the old Burgos station. Going from San Sebastian Donostia to Vigo, could have gone second class with a change costing 13 euros. This cost me 17 euros total. With the renovated Sud Express going to Lisbon, that's the way to book it, to be able to get it. So I'm here in Madrid, Chamartín, the northern station, as opposed to Atocha, the southern station. Even though it has twice as many offices, this one's less of a madhouse, especially for international. But with the new system, you got to get the train number first before you make the reservation. And I was smart enough to get the reservation for the second train because I got both train numbers at once. Then in Montpellier in France, I made the change knowing that I could do it with the local service at Nîmes. Then made the change of the ticket, got the first train, no charge. There's 3 secrets for your Euro travelers at once. One of the things I do is I make a reservation sometimes beyond my intended destination. You know, you might meet someone, but also I've learned the hard way that in making a connection, sometimes you miss it because the train is late. And gee, I remember one place I couldn't even continue. They would not allow me. I wouldn't even be allowed to pay the penalty fine. They threw me off the train. I wished I'd made the reservation through. Also, of course, on some domestic travel for international trains, you have to make the reservation all the way through. Departing mornings from Barcelona, there is a single train going directly, saving you 1 reservation charge and a stop in Madrid to Seville and to Cordoba, Malaga. The evening service is in return. Well, this is the spot most people think the tourists are taking pictures of the Gaudi structures right there in the center of Barcelona. This is Passage de Gracia, the best stop of the one between França and Saints. Notice there's something new here in Spain. The sign no longer says Renfe for the trains, it says Adif. It's all throughout Spain.